stop everything you're doing right now. Archangel Michael has sent an urgent warning meant only for you. Someone is tracking your every move, watching and waiting for the perfect moment. This isn't random surveillance, this is targeted monitoring of your specific energy signature. Through divine vision, Michael reveals their plans. This isn't just another everyday warning, this is a critical alert about imminent danger that requires immediate attention. Unseen forces have been following your movements, studying your patterns, and planning their approach. The strange feelings you've had lately, the sense of being watched, all connect to this tracking that Michael has uncovered. Archangel Michael has protected this warning until exactly this moment, when the threat level has reached a critical point. Everything happening around you lately contains clues about this surveillance that's been growing increasingly dangerous. This divine warning explains those uneasy feelings you've experienced recently. The sudden chills when alone. The feeling of eyes on you when no one is there. The technology glitches that seem too consistent to be random. These weren't your imagination, there were signs of the tracking activity Michael wants you to know about. This alert comes now because the Watchers have set a specific date for direct interference with your path. The time for simple observation has ended. Now they prepare to intercept you physically when you're most vulnerable, away from the safety of your home. The tracking has intensified because your spiritual light has been growing stronger. As your energy field expands, it becomes more visible to those who seek to interfere with awakening souls. The brighter you shine, the more attention you attract from those who prefer humanity to remain unaware. Michael's protection surrounds you already, but your conscious awareness and cooperation with his guidance creates the strongest possible shield during this dangerous window of time. Quick, press the like button right now to activate Archangel Michael's full protection shield. The Divine Realm confirms that this simple action strengthens the protective field around you and signals your awareness of the warning. Angelic guardians gather around you now, waiting for this acknowledgement of danger. They've been monitoring the trackers, knowing this day would come when direct communication became necessary to keep you safe from those who wish to interfere with your path. Type I accept divine protection if you're ready to receive the specific details about who is tracking you and the dates to avoid leaving your home, information that could save you from harmful interference. The moment you type these words, Michael's blue protective light begins flowing more strongly around your energy field. This is the most critical warning you will receive this year. Your safety depends on heeding this alert. But you must act now, this protective window stays open briefly. Protection awareness begins with recognition. The signs of tracking have been present for weeks, subtle indications that someone or something has been monitoring your movements and energy. Think about those moments when electronics malfunctioned strangely. Your phone battery draining unusually fast. Computers restarting without reason. Lights flickering when you discuss spiritual topics. These weren't random glitches, they were interference patterns created by tracking technology that operates on both physical and energetic levels. Type I notice the signs as your awareness expands. Your situation contains specific markers that indicate professional tracking. Each coincidence involving surveillance connects to this orchestrated monitoring. Through angelic insight, patterns emerge clearly. Perhaps you've noticed cars repeatedly appearing behind you on different days. Maybe the same stranger keeps showing up in unexpected places. Possibly your social media shows signs of being monitored, with ads eerily reflecting private conversations. The trackers employ more than physical methods. They utilize energetic monitoring through specialized devices that detect expanded consciousness fields. Every meditation, every spiritual practice, every moment of awakening awareness sends signals they can detect and track. Divine understanding reveals deeper patterns. Those moments when you suddenly felt dizzy or experienced unexplained headaches. When electronic devices near you emitted strange sounds. When you felt sudden waves of fatigue after spiritual breakthroughs. These weren't random, they were side effects of advanced tracking technology interacting with your energy field. Angelic wisdom flows through these protective warnings. Your connection to higher guidance triggered this monitoring by those who fear awakening consciousness. Archangel Michael reveals critical information now. This tracking targets you specifically because of your rapidly expanding spiritual gifts and growing influence on those around you. Divine insight shows unique soul qualities that attracted this attention. Your natural empathic abilities. Your intuitive knowing. Your capacity to see beyond illusions. These spiritual gifts threaten those who maintain control through fear and ignorance. Type I understand my light as angelic wisdom explains your spiritual significance. Each awakening soul like yours weakens the veil of separation, which those tracking you desperately try to maintain. Through sacred perception, your true impact becomes clear. The trackers monitor souls who function as frequency anchors, those whose consciousness naturally elevates the vibration of surrounding people and places. Your mere presence disrupts lower vibrational control systems. Living awareness carries ripple effects beyond what you consciously realize. When you maintain peaceful presence during chaos, process emotions consciously, or operate from heart-centered awareness, you literally transform the collective energy field. This transformation threatens established power structures. Perfect understanding illuminates your genuine threat to controlling forces. Awakening souls like yours who refuse fear programming create contagious consciousness that spreads rapidly to others. This spiritual awakening chain reaction is what they track and attempt to suppress. Beyond your current awareness, your soul carries specific coding for planetary ascension. The ancient wisdom activating within you contains keys for collective evolution that certain forces work tirelessly to keep dormant in humanity. The tracking intensifies in direct proportion to your spiritual growth. Your recent breakthroughs specifically triggered this increased surveillance. Sacred insight reveals the nature of those monitoring you. Michael shows they operate on multiple levels simultaneously, physical agents coordinating with non-physical entities who oppose humanity's spiritual awakening. Divine understanding exposes their structure. Physical operatives utilize technology detecting heightened electromagnetic fields around awakening individuals. These teams follow standardized protocols designed to suppress expanding consciousness through strategic interference. Type I recognize the trackers as angelic wisdom reveals their motivations. Their primary objective isn't physical harm but energetic disruption. They seek to distract you from your spiritual path through manufactured chaos, emotional triggers, and well-timed interruptions. Through heavenly sight, their methods become transparent. They analyze your routine to identify optimal intervention points. They monitor your relationships to exploit emotional vulnerabilities. They track your information consumption to introduce counter-programming at strategic moments. Living protection requires understanding that tracking increases when your impact grows. Recent spiritual insights or personal breakthroughs likely triggered this elevated surveillance. Your expanding influence on others has flagged you for priority monitoring. Perfect awareness illuminates why they selected this specific timing. Astrological alignments currently support rapid consciousness expansion. This cosmic window offers accelerated awakening potential that those tracking you actively work to counteract. Beyond surface understanding, Michael reveals their fundamental vulnerability. These tracking forces operate from fear-based consciousness that cannot comprehend heart-centered awareness. This creates a blind spot in their monitoring systems, allowing protected movement when you operate from a love rather than fear. The trackers fundamentally misunderstand the nature of true spiritual power, believing external control mechanisms can contain what is essentially an internal transformation process. Archangel Michael now unveils the specific time frames requiring maximum caution. These dates represent planned interference points when those tracking you intend direct intervention. Divine protection highlights the primary danger period beginning just 3 days from now. The window extending from the 15th through the 19th shows highest risk, particularly during evening hours between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Secondary concern dates appear near month's end, specifically the 28th through the 30th. I mark these dates as angelic guidance reveals location factors. Places involving crowds, transportation hubs, and unfamiliar settings show highest risk indicators. Michael specifically warns against unplanned trips or last-minute invitations during these periods. Through spiritual perception, timing patterns emerge. The trackers utilize lunar phases strategically, with new moon and full moon windows offering them energetic advantages. The upcoming full moon intensifies their monitoring capabilities and intervention potential. Living wisdom explains unusual timing factors. Solar flare activity impacts both surveillance technology and your own energetic field. Current solar forecasts indicate heightened activity coinciding precisely with the primary risk dates Michael identifies. Perfect protection requires understanding that these dates carry significance beyond random selection. They align specifically with your personal biorhythm cycles when your energetic boundaries naturally thin, creating artificial vulnerability windows. Beyond calendar awareness, Michael reveals that sudden schedule disruptions during these periods often indicate orchestrated interference. Unexpected cancellations, delays, or emergencies compelling you to leave home during risk windows frequently signal manipulation. Divine insight shows that morning hours offer greater natural protection than evenings during these critical dates. Sacred truth emerges with crystal clarity. Archangel Michael has already placed powerful shields around you, which explains why the tracking hasn't led to direct harm despite weeks of surveillance. Divine understanding reveals Michael's protection works in 3 ways. His energy shield blocks harmful frequencies. His angelic teams watch those tracking you. His blue light disrupts their technology. Type I receive Michael's shield as wisdom shows signs of his presence. Blue flashes in your side vision. Metallic scents in the air. Tingling across your skin. These show Michael's protection activating. Through spiritual sight, his layered protection becomes clear. The inner layer shields your thoughts. The middle layer keeps your emotions safe. The outer layer creates decoys that confuse tracking systems. Michael's protection grows stronger as you recognize it. His energy specifically guards your home as sacred space where harmful influences cannot enter. Divine wisdom reveals protective abilities now waking up inside you. These natural defenses have always existed in your energy system, waiting for this moment to activate. Sacred insight shows your warning systems expanding. Your body senses danger before your mind knows it. Your emotions detect fake energy. Your dreams process tracking attempts while you sleep. Type I activate my protection as understanding reveals your energy boundaries. Simply picturing protective light around you creates real electromagnetic changes that disrupt tracking technology. Through spiritual perception, more abilities emerge. Your breathing can shift your energy signature, making tracking difficult. Staying calm during stress creates patterns that surveillance cannot follow. Perfect understanding shows your discernment growing. Your intuition recognizes fake coincidences meant to manipulate you. Your heart knows the difference between real connections and staged encounters. These natural abilities activate automatically when needed most during danger periods. Sacred insight reveals specific protective actions during high-risk periods. These practical measures complement energetic protection, creating comprehensive safety during danger windows. Divine understanding shows primary safety protocols. Remain home during identified risk dates when possible. If travel proves absolutely necessary, maintain continuous awareness of surroundings. Avoid sharing location details on communication devices or social media during vulnerable periods. Type I commit to safety as angelic wisdom reveals energetic practices. Daily energy clearing through visualization removes tracking signatures. Regular salt baths dissolve energetic monitoring attachments. Specific sound frequencies, particularly 528 Hz, disrupt surveillance technologies attempting to lock onto your field. Through spiritual perception, environmental protection emerges. Strategic placement of black tourmaline or shungite near electronic devices helps neutralize monitoring signals. Diffusing protective essential oils, particularly pine, cedar, or frankincense, creates subtle energy barriers throughout your home. Living protection includes communication security. Awareness that devices may be compromised during risk windows. Careful consideration of what information you share and through which channels. Recognition that coincidental technology problems often indicate active interference. Perfect understanding illuminates daily timing factors. Early morning hours, before 6 a.m., offer naturally heightened protection. Solar noon provides optimal conditions for strengthening your energy field. The hour just after sunset requires additional vigilance as monitoring typically intensifies during this transition period. Beyond physical security, spiritual practices strengthen protection. Regular connection with angelic guardians through prayer or meditation. Conscious gratitude that elevates your frequency beyond tracking capabilities. Deliberate joy as a powerful protective state that literally blinds certain monitoring technologies. Divine guidance emphasizes that fear states actually enhance tracking capability, while confidence and peace create natural protection. Cosmic vision penetrates time patterns now, revealing how long this tracking situation will continue and when you can expect it to naturally subside. Sacred understanding illuminates the monitoring timeline. The current intense tracking cycle began approximately 3 weeks ago and, without intervention, would continue for 2 more months. However, your conscious awareness now creates natural cycle interruption. Type I outlast the danger as divine wisdom reveals monitoring fluctuations. The tracking follows specific intensity cycles with peaks during the already identified risk dates. Natural energy lulls occur between these peaks, offering safer windows for necessary outings or activities. Through mystical sight, the conclusion timing becomes clear. By the next new moon, the current tracking team typically rotates assignment, creating a natural disruption in surveillance continuity. This rotation point offers opportunity for complete pattern break if you implement suggested protective measures. Living wisdom explains your role in timeline adjustment. Your consistent protective actions directly impact tracking duration. Each day you maintain awareness and implement protection shortens the overall monitoring period by disrupting their established patterns. Perfect understanding illuminates natural endpoints. The trackers operate on resource limitations requiring periodic reassessment of monitoring priorities. Their systems flag targets for active surveillance based on specific criteria that can be deliberately avoided through conscious behavior choices. Beyond current timeline, Michael reveals that this tracking experience serves evolutionary purpose. Once complete, the protective abilities you develop remain permanently accessible, creating natural immunity against future monitoring attempts. Divine insight reveals that significant astrological shifts occurring within 6 weeks naturally disrupt the energy signatures trackers use to identify awakening individuals, creating global monitoring difficulties that benefit all targeted individuals. Divine insight reveals the lasting benefits emerging from this challenging experience. Michael shows how this tracking situation ultimately strengthens your spiritual path despite its intended interference. Sacred wisdom shows enhanced discernment developing. Your ability to distinguish between genuine spiritual synchronicity and manufactured coincidence sharpens permanently. Your intuitive recognition of energetic manipulation improves beyond previous capacity. Type I embrace stronger shields as divine understanding reveals permanent protection upgrades. The energetic boundaries you develop during this period remain intact afterward. The spiritual connections established with protective guides continue long-term. Through spiritual perception, accelerated growth appears. Challenges intended to derail your path actually speed your spiritual evolution when faced consciously. The trackers unwittingly serve as evolutionary catalysts, strengthening exactly what they attempt to weaken. Living harmony grows through this experience. After the tracking subsides, your relationship with protective spiritual forces continues developing naturally. The communication channels opened during critical protection periods remain accessible for ongoing guidance. Perfect compassion transforms fear into wisdom. As you navigate this challenge successfully, fear-based reactions convert to calm discernment. What begins as frightening surveillance becomes powerful spiritual training, strengthening your divine connection. Beyond immediate protection, expanded awareness activates. Your consciousness permanently expands to include greater recognition of unseen energetic influences. Your natural ability to detect and transform lower frequencies increases significantly. Divine wisdom reveals how to integrate this experience fully. Specific practices help you process any residual fear once the danger passes. Simple rituals officially release and complete the experience, preventing lingering energetic echoes. Sacred insight shows you'll eventually recognize this tracking period as a disguised blessing that catalyzed important spiritual abilities. Cosmic revelation reaches its peak now. The most profound truth about your protection emerges with crystal clarity. Sacred understanding shows Archangel Michael's sword of truth cutting all tracking connections. His divine presence creates a protective seal around your energy field that remains active during the entire risk period. Type I am divinely protected as angelic wisdom reveals final preparation steps. Visualize brilliant blue light surrounding you completely. Feel the solid protective presence Michael establishes around your home. Trust the continuous guidance keeping you from harm during risk windows. Through spiritual sight, perfect divine timing appears. This warning reached you precisely when needed to prevent planned interference. Nothing was random or coincidental in this divine communication. Living wisdom culminates in profound simplicity. Your protection requires simply acknowledging the warning, implementing basic precautions during risk dates, and maintaining conscious connection with Michael's protective presence. Perfect insight reveals eternal vigilance. Michael's protective teams remain continuously alert on your behalf, requiring nothing but your awareness and cooperation. Ultimate protection activates now. All revealed wisdom integrates into your experience, permanently altering your relationship to those who would interfere with your path. Divine power infuses your protective field. Every cell, every energy pattern aligns with angelic protection, creating impenetrable shielding during critical periods. Receive Michael's ultimate blessing of complete divine protection. His sword stands guard, his shield surrounds you, his wisdom guides your steps through this temporary challenge.